Welcome and what is up there, everybody? This is Casper Trader back here with another video today. And in today's video, we will be discussing the top 5 monthly dividend paying stocks to support your portfolio. I mean, who doesn't like monthly paycheck after paycheck after paycheck coming in from just a few stocks? Well, I know I definitely do. So without further ado, we'll get started in the video. But before we do, I'd really appreciate you guys could smash that like button below and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not yet. I'd really appreciate it a ton. So, getting started with the video, my number one favorite monthly dividend paying stock is Prospect Capital. I would definitely recommend this stock to anyone who wants high dividend yields along with a decently steady stock. This stock has fell by around 1% in the last year, which is absolutely nothing considering the fact that it paid out 11% of dividends in the last year. So basically, it's up around 10% counting the dividends throughout the year. And you can compound that if you want even as well. So I just have one tip for this stock if you guys are looking to buy it. Prospect Capital is one of these huge stocks that everyone hops on right on the ex-dividend date and then jumps off right after to collect that dividend. However, I do not recommend this strategy. What I do recommend doing is just buying the stock right after the ex-dividend date where the stock drops anywhere from like 3 to 4% sometimes. And then from there, I would just buy as many shares as I can, load up, and just hold the stock. Because the stock will go through waves, as you can see. But you're just going to be sitting there in the meantime, collecting your really nice dividend paychecks. As you guys can see, I'll show you some of my paychecks from Prospect Capital. Ever since I've been holding them like steadily, I've gotten 66 cents, November, December 90 cents, January 90 cents, and then February upcoming, we're going to get another 90 cents. So this is some pretty nice steady income. So basically for every stock that you hold, you get around 6 cents every single month, which is a pretty nice deal to me, especially when you could predict this stock really well. As you guys can see, I'll show you guys an example. $6.68, it was at a certain point back in August 22nd. Once it paid out its dividend, it dropped down to $6.37 or 34 cents even. So you could have copped this stock for around 30 cents less, even though it just paid out a dividend of 6 cents. So you're basically getting a really good deal when you're buying the stock on its huge dips. So that's what I would recommend. Just buy it on the dips right after ex-dividend day and just hold on to it for as long as you'd like. And you can enjoy some little capital gains if you can as well. So moving on to the second, I would say second favorite dividend paying stock that is not a REIT. And just as an FYI, 3 of these stocks will not be REITs, and then 2 of these will be REITs. REITs, for those who don't know, are basically real estate companies that are obligated to pay a monthly dividend paycheck to their investors. Usually they aren't as high as these regular stocks that I'm about to show you, but they are still, on the other hand, they're way more stable than these monthly paying dividend stocks that pay out huge yields like these few that I'm going to show you guys. So the second stock that I do recommend is Main Street Capital. I've been holding on to this stock. I'd say this is the monthly paying dividend stock that I've been holding on for the longest in my portfolio. In the last year, it has done over 20% gains, and counting in the dividend yield, that's basically 25.5% in the last 1 year. And compared to that, the overall stock market did a little bit over 20% as well. So you're basically either beating or doing the exact same as the stock market. However, you're doing you're getting way more consistent gains just from these monthly dividend paying checks from these stocks. So every single month you get paid out around 21 cents from Main Street Capital. And then on a special occasion, I think once a year they pay out a special dividend. That's a little bit higher. Like during December, they paid out a dividend of 24 cents. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my dividend paychecks from this one. October 15th, we got 21 cents. November 15th, 21. December 11th, 21 cents. And then December 26th, this was a special dividend. So they paid out basically 2 dividends in 1 month, which is 24 cents. And then January, 21 cents. And upcoming, we also have a 21 cent paycheck. So these are some pretty nice gains. I would actually recommend you buying if you are interested in just monthly paychecks coming in month after month after month. I would definitely recommend Main Street Capital. So, and the third stock that is not a REIT that I would recommend buying, that I actually haven't got into buying yet myself, is Gladstone Capital. However, I've been tracking the stock for the past few months, and I would deem it as a pretty safe investment. Over the last year, it is around 15.6%, not as high as Main Street Capital. However, any gains are actually pretty good gains, counting in that the stock pays around an 8% dividend yield. Over the past 5 years, it's done around 40%. So the stock has some pretty nice growth. It had a few dips like a few years ago, but just holding on to the stock for long term, I would also recommend. And again, you can also predict these stock movements a little bit whenever it pays out its dividend. So I'm guessing, I don't know 100%, but it probably paid out, it had an ex-dividend date right around this area and then dipped down right after, because everyone just hops in right before the ex-dividend date so that they can sell it right after and get the dividend by not holding the stock for like a full month. That's a little trick they try to do, but usually the stock just dumps down right after, so they don't really make any gains. So again, like Prospect Capital, I'd also recommend buying the stock right after its ex-dividend date, where the stock is at its lowest. So let's say you did it back in December. If you bought the stock back at $9.90, you'd be up around a nice 40 cents on your position. So some nice capital gains as well as holding on for those dividends. So Gladstone Capital is our number 3. And now moving on to more of the REITs. This one, Realty Income, this is by far one of the most popular REITs that I know of. I would definitely recommend buying this stock if there's anyone out there who is looking for some nice capital gains as well as a nice steady payout. This is one of like the biggest in terms of market cap, monthly paying dividend stocks that I know of. And I have some of these shares in my other portfolio on Webull. And these monthly paychecks are pretty nice. I would actually recommend buying this stock whenever you'd like. On these little dips, it would be pretty nice to buy them, where you get a little like a discount of like, let's see, 80 cents, 60 cents, something like that. But it's not that much of a big deal. So this stock, I just see it growing and growing and growing for infinite amount of years, as well as paying out its nice 3.5% dividend for those years. So anytime, I would say, is a good time to hop onto Realty Income. But if you do have the chance to hop in at a really nice dip, like when it had it this year, actually in the last year, because it's 2019, December 20th, December 30th, it had a really nice dip down to around $72, $71, where you could have bought this stock and made some really nice capital gains, as well as just holding on for those dividends. So it's up to you. It's ultimately your choice whether you want to buy it on the dip or you just want to get into the stock right away to start receiving those nice dividend checks. So moving on to the last, 5th and final stock that I personally recommend, and this one is actually a REIT. ARR Residential REIT. So Armour Residential REIT is a monthly dividend paying REIT as well. However, this stock, I would say I bought in at a really, really nice price that I'm really happy about. I bought this stock at, let's see, $17.73, and now it's at $19.89, meaning we've made a nice 12% gain on this stock while holding on. So far, we've only been paid one dividend, but it's because we've been holding on for about 1 month. So I'm planning on holding on to the stock for as long as possible. This stock is in the midst of a reversal, and I definitely see this stock going up to probably $21, maybe even $22 within the next few months, where you can get some really nice capital gains. I'm talking like 10, 15, 20% capital gains, while also getting these monthly dividend paying checks. So right here, you guys can see 17 cents. And the overall yield for this stock is 11%, so it's similar to Prospect Capital. However, this stock has been on the dip for the last 5 years, but you can also kind of predict what's going on because it had a huge dip right here, and now it's starting to go up, had a huge dip right here, and you can see that it's going up, so I'm pretty sure that the same thing is going to happen. You can never predict the stock market, but I have a pretty good idea of what's probably going to happen because patterns do tend to repeat in the stock market. So if you do tend to buy stocks, you like to buy stocks on the dips, I'd recommend Armour for sure. ARR, Armour Residential REIT. So those are my top 5 favorite monthly dividend paying stocks for any portfolio that anyone would like to have some nice consistent dividend checks coming in month after month after month. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.